Good evening, Dr. Asrani, members of the school board, and members of cabinet. My name is Eric Preston, and I am the proud principal of Marysville Charter Academy for the Arts. Our school is different than any other school in the district in that we are a charter school. And as a dependent charter, we have to come up with our own LCAP. So we feather our SIPSA and our WASC action items into our LCAP and make it one unified document. We are at a current high enrollment of 375. It's been a while since we've been that large, and so we're excited about the growth. We have other reasons to be excited, such as the fact that we received a 6-year WASC accreditation last school year, and this year in the fall, we were again named the #1 high school in the greater Yuba Sutter area by U.S. News and World Report. Here's a photo of our advanced dancers performing some choreography at the dance studio ribbon cutting. And the next several slides will discuss some of our data as far as CAS, BLA, math, science scores, and then attendance and discipline. Some more candid photos of goings on at our school. For English language arts, we grew at each level, 7th, 8th, and 11th grade by 10%. That's a huge celebration. Our targeted need or area of growth, we'd like to try to get closer or cross over 70% threshold for met or exceeded in all 3 of those grade levels tested. More candids of our students and happenings at school. For mathematics and CAS, we only grew by 1% in 7th grade, decreased by 4% in 8th grade, and increased by 10% in 11th grade. Obviously, the 10% increase is great, but we need to look really closely at 7th and 8th grade and work on filling some gaps in the lower levels. For science, we grew in both 11th and 8th grade results. We grew by 5% in 8th grade and 4% in 11th grade. We would like to get closer to the 50% threshold in 8th grade and actually cross over it in 11th grade. More pictures of our students, but we'd like to highlight the Exploratory Arts Wheel. It's a new course this year for 7th graders, which allows them to explore all of the arts offerings that we have through this one elective. Attendance and discipline. From the first 20 days of school, we have noticed a dip over the last several years in our percentage. However, we are still maintaining above the 95% goal, and we have not had any suspensions in the last 2 years during the first 20 days of school. And the last thing we'd like to celebrate is the fact that our percentage of chronically absent students has been cut nearly in half in the last 2 years. Onto our LCAP Goal 1. These are all of the actions that we are instituting or implementing to provide learning opportunities that result in increased academic achievement for our students. And this is how we will measure whether or not we have success from those actions. More candidates from goings on at school the first couple weeks. LCAP Goal 2, these are our actions for continuing to support the visual and performing arts. And these are our success criteria, or how we will measure whether or not those actions are working. Some more candidates. I'd like to draw your attention to the picture in the upper right-hand corner, which is one of our physics classes, actually conducting an experiment in our quad. They're out there quite often, and I love the fact that they're milling about using the outdoors for experiments. LCAP Goal 3 is to support our students' health and well-being, and you will see these are the actions we're implementing. And these, again, are the success criteria for how we will measure whether or not those are working. Some more candidates. I'd like to draw your attention to the picture on the right, which is, it just looks like a mess, but that was the first day of our club week, where students can sign up for clubs and activities on campus, and it was incredibly well attended this year. Our budget summary. This shows our funding sources as reflected in our LCAP. We get $3.95 million from LCFF, $70,000 from other state funds, $79,000 from federal funds, $12,000 from other local funds. And of the LCSFF money, $413,000 is generated by foster youth, English learners, and socioeconomically disadvantaged students. So there is a total of $4,113,966 in our LCAP for the 23-24 school year. Some more pictures of happenings in classes and at lunchtime activities. Thank you for viewing and listening to our 23-24 board presentation. We would love to see any and all of you at any of these activities. We have a Halloween concert October 22nd hosted here at MCAA. We will be presenting Much Ado About Nothing from the Advanced Drama class November 9th through 11th at the Sutter Theater in Yuba City. We have Music Week held in the MHS South Auditorium November 28th through December 1st. And that is a breakdown of which courses or which music specialties will present on which times, which days. Thank you, and I look forward to answering any questions you may have.